Last week I told you about my first college football game of the year release, and it was Stanford, cashing easily 58-34. I've got a Vegas Sportsmaster football special, 7 days of plays for $39, including another college game of the year and my first NFL game of the year release. Those plays alone are $99 online at vegasportsmasters.com. You'll get both of those along with 7 days of play in all sports, and that includes baseball. Just call Vegas Sportsmasters at 855-546-9467. That's 855-JIM-WINS.
My plays are online daily at Vegas Sportsmasters as well. Now, over the last 4 weeks, I've been telling you about these college football high-end under-the-hat releases. I choose one each week that I use for that big game. Week 1, Notre Dame, 49-16 blowout against Temple. Week 2, Minnesota, underdog. They beat Oregon State on the road 48-14. Week 3, North Texas, wire-to-wire cover as a big dog against Iowa. Last Saturday, New Mexico, Lobos plus the points. They win outright at Tulsa, 16-13. That's a perfect 4-0 on the season. If you haven't taken advantage, this is your last chance. My Saturday under-the-hat play for college football is on Vegas Sportsmasters for $49. But because you're watching Proline, you can get the game for $10. Just call 888-777-4155 and use the code words under the hat. You want to win? That's what I do. Call 888-777-4155. All right, let's move to another AFC showdown. And this is also a real good rivalry. I don't think it's as intense as the Ravens and Steelers, but it's pretty good. And this is the pass-happy Raiders off a wake-up call game. They got their ass kicked at Washington on Sunday night, and they will take on the Denver Broncos, who got out to an early lead and then got outplayed by the Buffalo Bills.
They did. I want to back up 1 minute. I do have a suggestion on that last game, especially if you lean to Baltimore. People don't talk about this too much, but there might actually be a play in this game, and it's going to be a two-team teaser. You could take, if you like Baltimore, I'm never going to tell you to take the favorite and cross 0 because you lose a point doing it. But you could easily take Baltimore +9. And then you could go under, if you can grab a 42 or 42.5, you could go under 48 or 48.5. You combine those together. I think that's a pretty good bet. And when I leave here, I'm going to go make that bet. The problem is I really don't like Baltimore coming off that. But I think from a value perspective, that might be the right play, especially for guys like what you said. You lean to them anyway.
All right.
As far as this Oakland-Denver game, this is a rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
And this goes back a long way. I personally think Denver's the better team. I think they have a better defense. They're home. It's always been a tough home field anyway. Oakland had a great year last year. Even on their road trips back east, they did very well. This year they've had 2 trips back east in 3 weeks. One of them they won at Tennessee, and last week they got crushed by the Redskins. Yeah, they could be thinking about Denver because this is a division game, big game. But I think Denver's a stronger team. I think they run the ball better, and I think their offensive line is strong. The quarterback definitely is better for Oakland. But when you look at defense and running the ball and home field advantage, I think 2.5 is too cheap. I think the game has to be 3, minimum 3. And it's sitting out there at 2.5 in most places. So at that number, I lean that way.
I think this is a game that's going to be perfect for live betting because I want to see how things are unfolding. If the Denver offensive line is able to give Trevor Siemian more protection than they did last week against Buffalo, they should win the football game. But I'm telling you what, the Bills were in the backfield all day long in the second half of that game, and Siemian made some really bad throws under pressure. And you know the Raiders are going to look at that and try and come up with a defensive scheme to put pressure on Siemian. You let the guy sit in the pocket, he'll pick you apart. He's actually pretty good as far as that goes. But where he makes his mistakes is when he gets the happy feet and starts feeling some heat. So the Raiders have to find a way to design stuff to get into the backfield, and they've got one pretty good player on that defensive line who can do it. He's as good as it comes at sacking people, and I think he's going to be the integral part of this game. He'll be the key guy. If the Broncos don't find a way to block Mack, they'll lose. He'll make turnovers, and that'll be the end of that. The other thing for the Raiders is I think they went into Washington a little bit fat and happy, and that might be a result of playing the New York Jets. What? Well, it was so easy for them against the Jets. I think they lost their edge, and they came off 2 really good performances against Tennessee, and they did play well against the Jets, and I think they just thought, boy, this is going to be easy. We'll go in there and take care of business. It's not like these road trips have bothered them. And, of course, they got their teeth kicked in by Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. Brilliant performance by Cousins. I think the Raiders can bounce back from that, but I'm not going to play this game. I want to see what the game plan is and how it's being implemented early on. I think this will be a good game to get involved in as it progresses.
I want to inject a little bit. Let's give a little credit to the other sides of these games.
Absolutely.
Denver played at Buffalo. That's a tough spot, traveling back east. Buffalo's not that bad. I know a lot of people put them down, but they are pretty good at certain things, and they found a way to take advantage of Denver in that game. Now, Oakland played Sunday night at Washington. Washington is not that bad. A lot of these teams have been downgraded in the preseason and expected to be not so good this year. Not so much. So watch out for that. Maybe we've done a little bit too much downgrading on Buffalo and the Redskins.
Absolutely. I think Buffalo can finish second in their division, and the Redskins, they're 2-1, and I know a lot of people, including myself, didn't think they'd be very good this season, but at least it's a positive start. Let's see what LVSS, Las Vegas Sports Services, thinks about this game. Jeff Saad.
Both teams are on bounce-back mode. Denver's offense is playing well under new coach Vance Joseph, and behind quarterback Trevor Siemian and wide receivers Demarius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. The Raiders are one of the most talented offenses in the league again, and they're ranked number 9 in scoring. Derek Carr has great weapons to work with, but the young defense is ranked number 23 against the pass. Play the Broncos and the Raiders to go over the total. Las Vegas Sports Services has a special this week, 7 days of service in all sports. That's placed every day for $15. That will include a $500 blockbuster release scoring this weekend on the gridiron. That's guaranteed, or October is free. Just call 866-546-9467. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. When we come back, we'll have some more NFL observations to run through to get you prepared for week number 4.